So what would you recommend for somebody if they want to, get some power and maybe make 500 horsepower?
Honestly, like, I'm going to be biased on this because I love turbo, but you can make it on an all motor. But I think for what you're getting out of, out of the setup, I think turbo is obviously the easiest bang for your buck. It's the easiest and the quickest way to, achieve that 500 horsepower. Yeah. Let's just say if we're using that number, turbo is going to be the quickest way. If you're doing an all motor build, even on a K series, trying to get 400 or 500 wheel, you're going to have to build it top to bottom and spend a good amount of money to all motor to put down the power. Nowadays, especially if we're speaking specifically with the K series, there are guys making 500-600 horsepower plus on a completely stock K series out of a junkyard. There's so many people, I don't even have to tell you who. There's so many people. It's been proven for many, many years. Yeah, you could take a junkyard K series, throw it in the car, throw a little turbo kit on it, and you're making your 500 on pump gas. The ingredients are there. There is no secret about it.
Yeah. So now, because honestly, I'm thinking about Hondas they're pretty cheap, man. Not gonna lie. And that was my first car, but I've gotten away from the Honda stuff just because, I took a break from the car game. But looking at the prices, I'm on Marketplace and I'm like, damn, you can get a EK Coupe for cheap, man, cheap. So I'm like, maybe I get one of those and pick up a K series and throw it in there. But I'm so out of touch with what's going on and what parts are available now that it's kind of a little overwhelming. You have to kind of do research. But figured I have you here. You can kind of explain, right? So let's say I had an EK Coupe or something like that. Like you said, you were breaking it down for people who are trying to get into stuff. And I picked up a K series motor and I throw it in the car. What other parts am I going to need? Injectors, aside from the turbo, what else am I going to need to make this power? Computer? Can I make that on stock computer? What do I need?
So honestly, people ask me all the time, we'll get into it later, but as far as I make the mini kits and it's, revolving around K series. So I get asked all the time, what do I need to make X amount, or what do I need to this? And I always tell people before you try to, buy any parts, set out a goal for yourself. What is your intentions with the car, with the build? Start with that, find out where you want to go and what direction you want with the car, because that's going to dictate what parts you're going to have to look for if you want to save in the long run. And I've done it myself so many times. I won't set out a goal. I'll just start buying parts, and then I'll have to change the setup because it's not what I wanted, or this part, let's say a fuel injector wasn't big enough to achieve this goal. So set out a goal, figure out what you want, and then go from there. Because especially with the Honda stuff, there are so many different variables. There are so many different types of K series engines. There's so many different types of transmissions that you can put to them. There's just so much to a K series. It's not just one generic, this is one K series motor with the transmission that. There are so many variables. So you really have to just ask yourself, what are you trying to accomplish with it? And from there, make a parts list. So if you want to go with your 500 horsepower setup, we all know, first thing you're going to get is obviously the long block and transmission. Then you have to figure out what, your goal. So 500 horsepower, you're going to have to get at least a stage 2 or 3 clutch to be able to support the torque that motor is going to put out. Once you have everything, your drivetrain assembled and ready to go in, then you need, your motor mounts, your axles, your harness. And now it's just so easy because there's so many companies making it. All the kits, Hasport, they're the number one to go to for mounts. Wiring harnesses, you can even go budget route. You could get a wiring harness so cheap nowadays, again, from overseas. But, there's so many companies out there that's making all these K-swap parts. You can literally put together a K-swap in a matter of days with, minimum experience.
What about the transmission options? The stock transmission will be fine for 500, right? Or no?
Yes and no.
If you get
to a certain extent. If you're doing turbo, it's been proven that your 5-speed manual K series transmissions hold up better. So from the EP3, they have a longer gear ratio, and they're tougher. This is my personal experience. Someone might say otherwise, but my personal experience, all your 5 speeds are a lot stronger and hold up than your 6 speed. The
Okay.
6 speed, they just had a lot of issues even from brand new. They were recalling the transmission for second gear problems. It's
crazy.
They're a bit more fragile, but even now, I mean, I'll still build a Turbo K Series 600 horsepower on a stock transmission and then just run it until it goes. But there's a lot of things that will factor, the reliability of it, how many miles, how it was treated. There's a lot that goes into it, just like anything else in the mechanical aspect of a car.
So when you say set your goal, do you mean like horsepower or you mean like what you want to do with the car?
Both,
Okay.
whether it be track car, street car, or both, track and street. If you're going to autocross it, depending on what you want to do. And then same thing with horsepower. Like people might say they just want like a daily or a budget, but again, you always want more and more. So you kind of got to think ahead too when you're building it. Right now it might just be like a little fun toy, but we all know where that's going to go. So like I always tell people too, like, hey, if you can get away with, let's just say, 1,000cc injectors, because that's all you need right now, instead of spending the money twice or spending it down the line and end up spending more in the long run, why not just go and get the 1650s right now or the 22? I mean, 2200 might be overkill if you're looking for 1,000, but that's the point that I'm getting at. Like sometimes the price difference is not that much more. So kind of plan for the future too. If it's something that you plan on keeping long term, because in reality, you're gonna save it in the end. And I've witnessed that so many times. I'll pick a specific setup now, and then I have to change everything because I didn't think about what I could have done in the future with it. So you end up spending double. Now you gotta rip it out of the car. You gotta try to put it up on Marketplace or find someone to buy it used, and a lot of people rather buy new, so they know what they're getting. So it becomes a whole big thing.